I'm Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. I've been a licensed clinical psychologist in the state of California for over 50 years. Been married to my beloved wife, Maheen, for over 35 years. Have 7 children. Have probably one of the largest clinical practices in the country. We're a single practitioner and I have a couple of beautiful nurse practitioners to help. That's the tip of the iceberg. I have failed over and over again in education, relationship, in past marriages. You name it, I have failed. That's setback. I know you have fallen, you have failed so many times yourselves in your relationships, and maybe you're trying to break a bad habit of smoking or alcohol or drug, or you're really addicted to anger or sexual acting out, jealousy. Maybe you failed in business and in school and marriages. That's wonderful. It's not a problem because the title of today is We Fall, We Fail, and We Rise Again. And that's what I did in my life, and that's what I want to encourage you to be doing in your life. You don't want to let anything stop you. If you're pursuing your calling, if you're pursuing your destiny, then you're going to have a passion for it. And so when you fall and you fail, you're going to get back up, you're going to rise again, you're going to go for it, you're going to fall again, you're going to fall again. This is basically what I'm presenting to you today is the psychology of imperfection. We are imperfect beings. When people say, how you doing, Doc? I say, I'm good, I'm bad, I'm happy, I'm sad. I'm all things human. And I know that's true for you as well. So when I teach the honor teachings, I can't say, well, you're going to live a life, paradise, you're going to live this perfect life. No, you're going to live the teachings. It's going to help you enormously. You're going to fall, I'm going to fall, we get back up, we repent, we keep going. That's the key. Never quit, no excuses. That's the philosophy. Never quit, no excuses to anything that truly, deeply matters to you. I've never quit. I've been very successful at everything I've done. But as I say, the road to success is paved with failure. The road to success is paved with failure. Abe Lincoln was rejected for so many positions before he became president. Edison has so many failures in his invention before he got the light bulb. It just goes on and on. Failure upon failure. And it's not a bad thing. It's the normal thing. So let's say a lot of people say, I was feeling so good, and then this happened, that happened, I fell down, I went forward 10 steps, I went back 30 steps. What happened, Doc? I say, welcome to the human club. That's how it goes. I know it doesn't look like your friends and your teachers are having that going on, but guess what? It is. They're just covering it up. This is the universal situation. The struggle, failure, the imperfection. But then the persistence, the consistency. I'm a world champion powerlifter and bodybuilder. I can't tell you how many embarrassing moments I had of missing my lift, of feeling disgraced. I bombed out until I took the title at 65 years of age, the strongest drug-free man in the world for my age and my weight. I bench pressed 365 pounds, raw, drug-free, no wraps, no scraps. 65. 70, I set a world record on the power pull-up, 140 pounds and did a pull-up. I've done other feats of strength, T-bar strongman pull, 270 pounds, the grip strengths of 261 pounds per square inch when I was 70. Now, that didn't just happen. No, at this point in my life, I've lifted weights for 70 years. When I was setting those records, it was, maybe 60 years. Flipped, I was training for 60 years. I can't even tell you my number of failures educationally. I can't even begin to tell you that. I've got lectures on how success has led to failure. All the failures I've had, and I've had some whoppers, all opened other doors, led to something better, always. And that's how it's going to be for you. You're going to fall, you're going to fail, and you're going to rise again. That's the human spirit. As a matter of fact, many of you, even if you try to stay down for the count of 10 when you get knocked down, you can't even stay down for 10 because Your Holy Spirit wants to come up and deal with what's in front of you. When you're going through these hardships, one of the commands of honor, and I developed the whole system of honor, was, well, today it's 1,011 videos today. And we have about 120 books on the subject over the years. This has been my life's work. One of the commands of honor is, I'm grateful for the power I gained from hardship. Grateful for the power I gained from hardship. Because through the hardship, the suffering, we can achieve wisdom. If you don't suffer, you cannot achieve wisdom. Impossible. If you don't suffer, you cannot achieve compassion. So we're grateful for the compassion that we get, wisdom that we gain, and we learn some lessons how to navigate the world. And the failures we've had inside, we say, I'm not going to be angry anymore. I'm just trying to get over my anger. And then you're going along. We'll say you're mad at somebody, you fell. Well, you get back up. You deal with it. I refuse to allow you to control my anger ever. I wish you well. What are the commands of honor? I wish you well. I wish you well. You're saying that to yourself. I wish you well. I refuse to allow you to control my anger ever. One of the laws of honor. So you're actually grateful for the power you gain from hardship. So you get to learn that each string you have, each setback, each failure, it's healing medicine. See, in this life, any normal human being will suffer. Death is inevitable. Ourselves, our loved ones, that's suffering. Loss built in. You have a dog, he's going to die probably before you. Have a cat, he'll die before you. God forbid some people lose their children. It's awful. Suffering. Goal is to realize that we are eternal souls. And I tell my people, you might be hurting. You might be a lot of pain, but you're doing a magnificent job preparing yourself as soul for your eternal journey. You're doing a magnificent job preparing yourself as soul for your eternal journey. And that's the measure of success. That's the measure of success. Now, one of the laws of honor that I teach is my self-respect and self-esteem depend only on my honor. My self-respect and self-esteem depend only on my honor. If it's tied to how good you look, how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, well, get hit by a car, you're not going to look so good. You get 80, 90 years old, 100 years old, you may not look so good. If it's based on your wealth and your career, well, you might lose your job, you might lose your career, you might lose your money. It happens often. Self-esteem is going to go down. No, my self-esteem and self-respect depend only on my honor. If somebody's a multi-billionaire and has the greatest house, the greatest cars, but that person doesn't have honor, why, that person is a loser, a failure. Only honor defines success. So when you go through these failures, the real measure of you is how did you deal with it? Did you deal with it honorably? You have a setback, are you dealing with it honorably? So the failures have to do two types. The outer world, in terms of business, relationship, household, job, and then the inner world of happiness, peace, love, anger. How are you dealing with it? So most of us fail a lot in terms of being manifesting the love that we want to manifest, having the peace we want to have. Most of us get very caught up in the mundane and overreacting. That's a failure. There's so many important things in life when we get caught up in such petty things. It's the human condition. But then we work on it. We learn how to keep our mind on the eternal. We learn to keep our mind on the teachings of honor. And we rise above it. We fall down. We rise above it. We fall down. We rise above it. This is a perfect way to be. You are a magnificent, noble, very imperfect human being. Say it again. You are a magnificent, noble, very imperfect human being. And that's I'm saying for me. Some people say, how you doing? I say, well, I'm all things human. We are amazing. As a matter of fact, most of us pretend to be better than we are. You want to know the kicker? Get this. You're far greater than you pretend to be. Get that. You are far greater than you pretend to be. You pretend to be this great, of course, covering up all your imperfections, but you're greater than that. You have so much nobility, so much love in your heart. But you haven't found a way to release it in a way that's harmonious. But over time, and as you follow the way of honor releases your true inner self, the true nobility with which you've been endowed by our Creator. That's the truth of it all. Some of you might say, I don't want to be angry anymore. You're on the road, somebody cuts you off, you're beeping your horn, you're flipping them off. Oh, what did I do? They say, I refuse to allow you to control my anger ever. Hey, bro, I wish you well. And I've seen so many people cured of those kind of behaviors. So there's a lot of hope. Remember, we're going to fail, we're going to fall, and we're going to rise again. And honor demands that we rise again. We never quit, and there's no excuses. And one of the commands of honor, I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality, my problem. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality, my problems. So when I have these failures and I fall, I take responsibility. We take responsibility for that. We don't blame others. We take responsibility. We rise again. We empower ourselves. I did that. I caused that. And this is, I'm a step above it. I'm resolved to stay above that in myself. You recite your commands of honor, the laws of honor. You pray. You ask God for help. It's a beautiful situation. Beautiful. We fall, we fail, we rise again. So, it's my pleasure, my privilege to present this to you. Deeply so. Now I want to open up to our beautiful, wonderful, lovely people that come to visit on these calls. And keep in mind that when you speak, it's as meaningful or even more meaningful than when I make my presentation, because when people hear what you have to say, they feel less alone, they feel more normal, and they feel part of a beautiful honor community. So without further ado, I'm going to open up to all you lovely, deep human beings.
Hey, Doc, Juan Soto. How you doing, buddy?
Juan, here we go, Juan.
How's it going? I like that one part where you say about the billionaires. They got all these nice homes and money and all that. They got everything, but like you said, they don't have the honor.
If he has honor, he's a success. If he doesn't have honor, he's a loser.
You're just miserable.
Simple as
I
that.
just can't understand why, if God just blessed them with so much, why do they have to be that way?
Well, let me tell you something. For those who believe in God. See, some people say, I'm blessed to have $1 billion. Well, that $1 billion might be him cursing you, because some people get so caught up in their money, they forget that they're a soul, they forget about God, they forget about their values, they forget about their wife. So that money can be a curse, not necessarily a blessing. See a guy who's rich and say, oh, he's blessed. Well, maybe yes, maybe no. We don't know. So actually, very good point, Juan. Very, very, very good point. Thank you so much, Juan, for bringing that up.
There's this one with Psalms. Do not fret over the riches of evildoers, because their day of recompense is at hand.
Yeah, you don't know if their recompense, the day of reckoning is coming. When if they're doing bad things in their lives, they're not honorable. That time will come. But we leave that in God's hands. We leave that in it's karma. Call it karma. Call it, consequence of your deeds. Call it God's will. Whatever you want to, whatever framework you're working. And then the other side of that is we want to just forgive that person as long as they're not hurting people. We forgive them. And we might even feel compassion. The guy's dishonoring himself. He's lowering himself. He's got the $1 billion. Now, I'm not saying all billionaires are corrupted. No. But I'm just saying if he has $1 billion, he got it dishonorably, he's dishonored himself. He's lowered himself. Now, in a point of society, they'll say, oh, that guy's a genius. Oh, look at him. God has blessed him as a billionaire. Well, he's snorting up cocaine every day and cheating on his wife every day. Well, I would say it's a curse for that person. Yeah, well, we've got characters going on right now that they're like that. Who else has something you want to ask or say?
Hey, doctor, it's me, Tony Cobos.
Tony, always good to hear from you, Tony.
Yes, sir. How you doing, doctor?
All things human.
I love it. I love it. Listen, just want to make a very good comment that you say about, money or success doesn't buy honor. I mean, how much, my question, I mean, I was going to make a little comment about it too. It's true. How much money, if you have all the money in the world or success, how much money can you pay to have health? Can money or success buy health? No.
Well, or love for that, man. Two things, health and love. You know, my father and I came up with this saying, a little epigram. It goes like this, Tony. Man spends his health in search of wealth, and then spends his wealth in search of health. So, to have the health, you got to do the work, you got to have the knowledge, and then you got to live that knowledge. In terms of love, you want to be giving that love. That's the real joy, is giving the love. Those are the blessings. Health and love are two of the great blessings. And money can't buy love, but with enough money, if you have the knowledge, you can buy all the right supplements. You get stem cell injections when you need it. It can help, but you can't just pay somebody to make me healthy. You have to then you have to have the knowledge and the procedure of doing that. But honor is key. If you don't have honor, we have nothing. Absolutely true. Without honor, we have nothing. And if you follow the way of the world, the guy can be a multi-billionaire and say, wow, I respect him so much. He must be a genius. Well, the guy might be a criminal, selling drugs to children, and became a billionaire. Doesn't that matter? I mean, people just look that he owns that castle and he owns all these beautiful cars and has a beautiful wife. But you don't know how he made the money. So we don't know when we see the person with that money. We just don't know. My self-respect and self-esteem depend only on my honor. Only honor defines success. Then, of course, we want to make money. Let's face it. We want to make money. We want to make good contributions to our family, to help our family and society. We want that money. But honor first. Otherwise, we're a failure. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor.
You're most welcome.
Hi, doctor. It's Joanne.
Joanne, as always, Joanne. Always good to hear from you, dear.
Thank you, sir. This has been a really, really good meeting tonight, because I've always worked my whole life, and being off on disability, I did start feeling like a failure. But the ways of honor, I will rise again. I know I will rise again.
Well, let me interrupt you and say this, Joanne, dear, wonderful Joanne. See, before you work full-time in the outer world, making money, making contributions to society, now, when you're on disability with the honor program, you're working full-time on yourself. You have a full-time job working on you. And you may never get this opportunity again to bring in the commands of honor, to understand them. The honor already resides within you. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but this commands the honor to rise up. And as you go through these teachings and the writings, in the commands of honor and the bridge, in these lectures, it starts transforming your whole perspective. Now, the important question to have when you fail to really help it, you want to ask this question. This is one of the derivatives of the commands of honor. What's the best true story I can tell myself about this problem? What's the best true story I can tell myself about this problem? Whatever failures you had, whatever setbacks, every time you fall down, it's unpleasant, it's a loss, but if you're really honest about it, that's only half the story. You will find a gain. You will find something good that came out of it every time. And I've told so many stories about that. You've heard them in all my videos. You'll find the gain, the benefit from every failure you've had, everyone. I've had so many people say, I'm so despondent, I lost my job, or I can't stand the stress, I burned out, they abused me so badly. They get some time out and they say, wow, it's the best thing ever happened to me. I'm getting close to my children again, getting close to my wife again. I'm learning such valuable things in the honor program. This is the best thing that could have happened to me. That's the best true story about it. You suffered, this bad thing happened, it's true. But what's the best true story I can tell myself about that? That's the way you want to deal with when you fall and you fail. What's the best true story I can tell myself? Absolutely. The other one you want to tell yourself is this. I hope to come back much stronger than ever. So you're falling, you're failing, you go, okay, I'm down. I'm in the mud right now at the bottom, but I hope to come back much stronger than ever. If you believe in God as I do, I hope to come back much stronger than ever, God willing. So that's the key. And I'm going to tell you, it's doable, but you got to be repeating these things 3 times a day. You got to be repeating it, because when the time comes, you won't remember to do it. You got to do this every day, so you're always prepared for that fall, prepared for that setback, prepared for that failure. You're always prepared. So then you as soon as it happens, you come into the teachings and you come back up. You'll come up a lot faster, which is called resilience. You'll be a lot more resilient. We did a study finding that well over half the people felt more resilient rapidly within the program. You come up faster. Going down is okay. How quickly you're going to come up, that's the making of a champion in life, a champion in every sense of the word. How quickly they come back up. Well, with these honor teachings, you're reciting them, you go down, you recite it, you come up. I hope you come back much stronger than ever. Now, boom. That's it. I'm not talking theory. Oh, no, I'm talking reality. I'm talking experiences from my own life and from thousands of people that I've had the privilege to help. Well tested. I've done so many studies with so many hundreds of people, even thousands of people, and I published them in my own journal called the International Journal of Evidence-Based Protocols for Honor Therapy. So this is well tested. This is an evidence-based approach. This isn't just theory. This is an evidence-based approach. Fact. And it's my privilege to present to you my life's work. My privilege. Like I said before, I'm 84 years old. I finally know what I'm doing. I can tell you these things with a lot of authority. I've done a lot of things wrong in my life. I've made a lot of mistakes. Like my father said to me, son, I have a lot of good advice to give you. Not because I've been so smart, just I've been so stupid. So my stupidity has been more than yours, more than all of yours. I'm older than all of you. And so I'm helping you with my training, helping you with all my experience, and most of all, I'm helping you for my own mistakes and my own stupidity. So I'm uniquely qualified to help you in that way. Yeah, and it's hard to fool me anymore about what's going on in the world. Very hard to fool me anymore. That's the good thing. Who else has something you'd like to ask or say?
Dr. Nerenberg. Hi, it's Amber.
Oh, Amber, always good to hear from you, Amber.
Hi, good evening. And just know you're helping us as well. Bert, myself, we're learning so much from you. I'm learning so much from you. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you. I love you, Amber. You're a great human being. And a lot of times I come up with these titles and talking to you. Yeah, I come up with this stuff. We knock some ideas around. I was going to give, trust me, you're going to be okay. And I said, it wasn't quite where I'm at right now. It was about failure and falling. And I came up with that in talking with you. So keep up the good work. Everybody loves you. The patients love you, the staff. So, you're doing great work. And thank you for what you said, for your good words.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who else has something you'd like to ask or say?
Dr. Nerenberg, Diego here.
Diego in Thailand. Look at you. You're getting to look more Thai. Great. You always were a good-looking guy, and now you're looking like a good-looking Thai.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. Doctor, wanted to thank you for today's topic. It really came at the right time, particularly the subject about bouncing back from setbacks and bouncing back stronger than ever. Sometimes you just need to hear those words, especially coming from a guy like you that really helps me out a lot. So, man, I just wanted to thank you for today's topic. It really resonated with me.
Diego, whenever I hear your voice, and whenever I see you, I always feel uplifted. Your sincerity, the depth of your lovely comments that you make, the support that you give to all of us. It's a privilege, brother. Yeah.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine, Doc. Really appreciate everything that you're doing for me and for everyone.
Thank you for that, Diego.
This is Andrew here.
Andrew.
This topic is perfect, man. Because I lost my business. I got divorced all in the same day, and my friend pointed me to you. And with the teachings with the commandments of honor, it's definitely making my day lighter. And more every single day, I'm learning that more and more there's a net positive to all the negative that I got hit with all in one day. And like you said, I had to repeat the sayings and keep an eye out for it and just stay true to the path. And then once it's there, things are starting to line up, and the light is at the end of the tunnel now. It's looking like it's there.
Well, here's the thing that's going on, Andrew, and thank you for what you've said. Firstly, getting a divorce and losing business the same day, and you're coming up and talking that way, that's awesome. That's phenomenal. That's amazing. That shows the power of the human spirit. Bravo, brother. Bravo. That's beautiful. Now, in terms of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, it's a good expression. Now, the key of what we do is we speak light into the darkness of the tunnel. So we're feeling angry at somebody, we go, I wish you well, or I hope to come back much stronger than ever. So we're facing that darkness. We actually speak light into the dark tunnel. So it's not waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel. And thank you for bringing it up that way. We speak light into that dark tunnel through words, through the commands of honor, through the laws of honor, through the demands of honor, through all of that we speak it into it. And it doesn't make it darkness all go away, but it lightens it up. And as Hugh just said, one door closing, another door opens. I mean, that's an old saying, and that's definitely true. Definitely true. But that's a powerful story, Andrew. You should make a video of that, because that's legacy. That thing you just said is legacy. As a matter of fact, if you type it as a text, send it to me. I'll share it with other people. That's legacy. In fact, I'll put it in the new revision of the Teachings of Honor, the 4th edition. That's legacy. The fact that you could say that and your voice resonated with that, lost your marriage and your business in the same day. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a heavy hit, but
very heavy.
It led me to meet you, and I always think like everything happens at the right time. So all of that happening, meeting you, it's kind of led me down this path of like, there is a light, I was down, and it's much better now. Remember this, Andrew, you are the light in the tunnel, and you're speaking light into that dark tunnel. So I'm changing the saying. To say there's light at the end of the tunnel, I say we are the light in the tunnel. We are the ones who speak light into the tunnel. I've changed that expression. I'm going to change it. That's my goal, is to change the expression. Yeah. I like that.
I like it too. I like what you've said, and I'm extremely grateful. I think you helped all of us by what you said. Be sure to text that to me. I want to share it with so many people. Thanks, Andrew.
Will do. Thank you.
Who else has something you'd like to ask or say?
My divorce made me appreciate the right girl.
He was married before. He got a divorce. And then when he met the right person, he recognized this is the right person. And they had a beautiful marriage with Cheryl for so many years, many years, before she passed away. But that wrong relationship made him recognize the right woman when he met her. Thank you for that, Hugh.
You appreciate things so much more when you've lost something.
Well, Hugh was electrocuted. I'm laughing because I don't know anybody else was electrocuted. Wasn't hit by light. He was literally electrocuted by electricity, and he was in a room, locked in a room for like 3 years. He couldn't come out. He was in such bad shape. So when he eventually, through using probiotics of all things, and started regaining his ability to get around, he appreciated just being alive and he spent 3 years in a room that way. He appreciates life. He appreciates the little things of life more than anybody I know.
Hey, Dr. Nerenberg, this is John.
John, always, brother. Always a pleasure to hear from you.
I could definitely say, sir, that I definitely agree with everything that everyone said this evening. I went through a divorce, and for some reason, I still struggle with it from time to time. And I think it's just because with this program and everything that I'm learning to understand that, you know what, I may not have been perfect in the past, but I can be honorable and do better in my future.
That's perfect. Hang on one second. That's perfect. Now, for those of you who are going through a divorce or breaking up in a relationship, here's the thought. This is one of the laws of honor. I release you to your destiny, and I wish you well. I release you to your destiny, and I wish you well. You want to be saying that throughout the day, at least 3 times a day, and then as needed. I release you to your destiny. I wish you well. That's the best way to get over the pain of that loss. I release you to your destiny, and I wish you well. Thank you, John, for sharing that. That's a powerful story.
Thank you, sir.
Always, John, always.
Hi, doctor.
Yes.
It's Sal. How are you?
Sal, I'm all things human, Sal. Tell me about what you have to say. Eager to hear you.
I just want to say that I really appreciate everything, and I agree. It's been helping me. It's decreased my stress, anxiety a little bit, so I really like it.
Well,
I've been watching the video, the road rage.
Oh,
Because I relate to that a lot. I've been watching already 4 videos already, and I do that a lot. I used to do that a lot. No patient, people flipping me off.
And I refuse to allow you to control my anger ever. Yeah.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate your input. Sal, over 53% of Americans have a road rage problem. That is, they show road rage, anger towards another driver at least 2 or more times a year. And the only cure is I refuse to allow you to control my anger ever. You don't want to give them control over your emotions that way. I know you could add, I wish you well, but I refuse to allow you to control my anger ever. That was the cure for it. It took me years to find the cure. I was called America's road rage therapist. I was on every show. I testified before Congress on the issue. I was famous in the 90s. I'm not famous now, but in the 90s I was famous for this subject. Not a major celebrity, but a minor celebrity. Very good.
Very well. Yeah.
Very, very good.
I'm watching it.
Good.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it.
No, my pleasure, my privilege to help you in that way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg.
Who's speaking?
Gisela.
I thought so, but I'm not seeing the image show up. Okay, Gisela.
Oh, that is so weird.
There you are. Now I see you. There you go.
No, just listening to this topic, I just came up with I get inspired by saying these things. So I came with a saying to recite myself when this situations come up, and I just wanted to share it with everybody because it might help somebody. We may fall or fail, but then we strongly prevail.
Wow. We fall, we fail, we prevail. Love it. We fall, we fail, we prevail.
Yeah, I just wanted to share it because sometimes we need to tell ourselves.
No, you're good at coming up with those little limericks that way. I love when you do that. They're good. They're catchy, so they're memorable.
Yeah, so I mean, the people can say we fail, but then we prevail.
We prevail every time we fall and fail.
All the time. And you know what? Sometimes I tell myself, sometimes these falls, I see them as a blessing because I learn from them and then I grow from them and I become stronger than ever.
Well, that's the whole philosophy of weightlifting. We're lifting these heavy weights. We're going, it looks awful. We're lifting away, straining. Why are we doing that? Well, we're tearing down the muscle tissue. We're causing micro injuries to the muscles. But we know that with proper rest and nutrition, the muscle comes back bigger and stronger. So we inflict damage, pain, suffering. See people lifting, they don't look happy. They're inflicting that kind of harm and suffering on ourselves because we know we're going to come back bigger, stronger, more fit. And that's the thing. And that's a good metaphor for what goes on in life. Thank you so much for that, Gisela.
You're very welcome, Dr. Nerenberg.
Thank you, Ambassador of Honor.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Bernice.
Bernice, good to hear from you, Bernice.
I just want to thank you for the message. I think it's something that gets lost as we mature. We often hear as kids like, oh, it's okay to make mistakes. But as adults, it's so infrequent to accept or hear that it's okay, or to fail. Like you tried really hard and you still didn't get the outcome you wanted. And it's not every day that you are given that message of like, okay, it didn't work out, but you can rise from this, from the knowledge you gained and the lessons you've learned.
And the key is, as you say, that's all exactly so. And the key is to deal honorably with it. The key is this in terms of people have this fear of failure. But my teachings are this. You plan, you jump in, you mess it up, you clean it up. Plan, jump in, mess it up, big time, clean it up. And that's the way you get things done. People ask me, how do you do all these things? I just jump in. I believe I messed up plenty in my life. But you learn after a while, you mess it up, you know you're going to stay with it. You work with it, and then...
Right. I see what you're saying. It's like we've lost the art of play, of like playing with our lives and making a mess and then cleaning it up.
Cleaning it up, that's exactly... And the goal, that's a good way to put it, the art of play, I love that. That's a good metaphor for what we're talking about. Yeah, mess it up. But, you know, it's easier said than done for most people. They're just terrified of a mistake. Maybe they had very punitive teachers, very punitive parents. You know, it was very dangerous to make a mistake. I'm good with making mistakes because I screw up all the time in so many ways. But I know I'm going to come back with it and I'm going to learn from it. And of course, nobody wants to be wrong. You know, I like to be, I like to be right. Matter of fact, it was hard for me to acknowledge mistakes. I don't like to hear people tell me I make mistakes. So here's what I worked out for myself. I like to be right, and I love to be wrong. So I've cultivated a taste for being wrong. I've been wrong. Oh, okay. It's not the first time. It won't be the last. So I'm getting better with it. You know, at 84, you'd think I'd been over that. I wasn't. I'm getting fight. Most arguments in marriage, including mine, over two things: who's stupid and who's crazy. That's really comes down to you look at it.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, I'm wrong. I was a stupid one. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I accept that. Let's go on from there. I love you.
It's like don't get too attached to your errors.
Yeah, but I tell you, it was hard for me to be wrong. Now, I might feel what I said was right, but the way I said it was wrong. Or you wouldn't have talked to me that way if I hadn't done this earlier. So I was wrong in what I did. I apologize for what I did. So I have found, I started looking to prove I'm right. I try to find ways, particularly in my marriage, to find ways I was wrong. And I find that. I apologize to my wife about it. And she's happy with it. I'm happy with it. Most people
That's
can't.
That's a good strategy.
Well, you're looking for how you were wrong. Because the tendency I have, and we all have, is we want to cover our butts, so to speak, show that we didn't mess up. You messed up. It wasn't me. And it's just that's a very dangerous thing. I've had secretaries. I had one secretary, she made a mistake, says, yeah, I screwed up. That was me. I messed it up. And that was delightful. So good. No problem you making mistakes. I love it. Then you have some people you work with say, oh, no, I didn't make that mistake. It was her. It was you. It was him. I've had that too. And that's annoying. You can't really talk to that person because they feel so defensive. So I've seen it both ways. And I'm trying to be the other way myself. Yeah, it was me. I made that mistake. Whatever. But I'm 84. I'm still learning these lessons. So, you know, you're so much younger. But I do feel at 84, I finally know what I'm doing. And that's reassuring to my people. I say, look, I'm 84. I know what I'm doing finally. And I'm prepared to help you. I can now tell people, I'm going to help you. Because I figured out some stuff. Mostly the honor teaching. And Bernice, I think you're, you know, one of the top students in the way of honor. And,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you're just a good student of life. You're a good student of your studies at school and a good student of, and one of the leaders in the honor movement. So it's.
Thank you so much for saying that.
No, yeah. And say hi to Emily for me. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I feel like you present a great example of humility.
Well, any good that you see from me, it really comes to align myself with the Word of God. And so good comes. And I'm really not a good guy, I tell people, but to the extent that I align myself with that, really great things happen. And people think it's me doing it. I go, ah. And I'm not being humble, I'm just being honest. It's like I'm seeing amazing things happen in my life and in people's life. And people associate it with me. I said, well, I can see why you think that. But it's just that I've aligned myself with the promptings of the Spirit. And that's where the greatness comes from. But thank you for that so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, Arnold, Dr. Arnold, I don't mean to hog the mic here, but you just said something that people are afraid to make mistakes. And that I've taken to heart that my new job is to work on myself, and I've been reading in a couple books, other books than yours, in addition to yours, of course. But I read this thing that was kind of funny. It compared us to like the life of a duck. The duck, he finds his pond and he ducks his head in, and he just lives on this pond, and no high highs, no low lows. He just kind of lives on this pond until he ages out and dies. And that's how I feel a lot of people are with their lives. They find a job, they find things that they're comfortable with, they duck their heads down, and that's it. That's what they do. And so the question is, are people willing to take the highs with the lows? Like,
now, what is your name again? What is your name?
Andrew.
Oh, yeah, Andrew. Okay, Andrew, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, that's why I didn't want to hog the mic.
No, you're not hogging the mic, Andrew. You're not hogging the mic. Let me answer your question. Most people don't want that life. Most people want security and comfort.
Exactly.
Security, comfort, safety. Now, but the deeps who live deeply, they're more prone to going to be adventurous, take risk-taking, to go deeply into things. But that's a very tiny minority. No, but that's where all the progress comes from those deeps. Of course, then the chats, the others, are the ones who consolidate and stabilize and normalize what the deeps bring. So there's a synergy, but not everybody wants that great adventure. Not everybody wants that great adventure. That's a certain breed. Certain breed, man, certain breed of woman. But thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Duck analogy is a good one. The other one, the analogy is an ostrich. You put your head in the sand, you're looking down, and when there's danger, they put their head in the sand.
Dr. Nerenberg?
Okay.
I just want to say one more thing.
Yes, Gisela.
In the end, we will honorably prevail.
Honorably prevail. We fall, we fail, we'll honorably prevail. Thank you.
Don't include the honorable teachings in there.
That's a good thing to get into there, Gisela. We honorably prevail, we fall, we fail, but we honorably prevail. Like it. It could be a song. Good. Thank you, Gisela. Somebody else had something you were about to say?
Yeah, Doc, Diego here.
Diego.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I love what you said just now, Doc. That's the juice of life. You know, being a calculator, risk taker, breaking the norms of society. You already know my story. I know yours. So I know exactly what you mean there, my brother. That I really love that.
Well, you know, Diego had a good life here in the States. He moved to Thailand. He's making a life for himself over there. That's a risk taker. That's an adventurer. Diego is the adventurer. And, you know, I could see the life brimming from you, Diego. Whenever we talk or text, you just brim with life. It's working. Your life is working. I see it. I feel it.
And thank you so much, Doc. That means a lot, really, coming from you. You know, I love hearing those things from you. That just made my day. Thank you, Doc.
You're most welcome. And I know that others around you feel it also. It leads to a certain charisma, a certain power. Thank you for that, Diego.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg.
Who's speaking?
It's Susan, Ireland.
Oh, Susan. Wow, great to hear from you, Susan.
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to say for Andrew as well, it takes a lot of darkness to make a star shine. I just wanted to share that.
I remember when you shared that with a text. The brightness of the stars show because of the darkness. I love that metaphor. I told you that when you sent me that text a few months ago. It takes a lot of darkness for the stars to shine brightly. As a matter of fact, if you're in the city, you don't see the stars because there's so much light around. But if you go out into the forest and there's no lights around, darkness, the sky just lights up with jewels of. It's stunning how many stars there are, but you really do need that darkness. Thank you for that, Susan. You have so many wise things that you say. Always. I always appreciate your wonderful feedback. Thank you.
Hey, Doug, one more thing.
Yes, Juan.
We're only humans, so we're allowed to make mistakes.
That's why I say all things human. People say, how are you? I say, I'm all things human.
There you go.
Well, it's been my pleasure and my privilege, honestly, to have this time with you to present. We fall, we fail, we rise again. The Psychology of Imperfection.